Hey guys, it's Alex here. Wanted to show you an update to my latest project. I was talking with a couple of YouTubers here about putting together a full-size Infinity Gauntlet. This is kind of what I'm coming up with so far. So on each of these knuckles, basically when you pull them in, there is a small, I don't know if you guys can see it, it might be easier to see it from the back. There is a small notch right there. So you can see it. That this, when the knuckle gets pulled back, will actually press that down, and that will activate that really, in my opinion, kind of annoying sound of the knuckles clanking back and forth. So what I'm going to be doing instead is I have soldered up an additional lead to each one of those, and then I will be running that to a custom board that I've made right here. That will be able to solder a nano on that with the code that I wrote in order to have basically each one of these knuckles will be a different basically a different switch. So instead of having to press buttons like I did on my old Gauntlet, this one I just pull the fingers in a different particular order. So I'll do the same thing as before. I'm thinking that this will be, the index finger will be the time stone, then I'll have the power stone, space stone, and then this, the pinky will then change to the alternatives, which would be pulling down the pinky, as well as the index finger would be reality, then soul, then mind. So having to press two of those. Now I'm thinking about adding some extra functionality with the thumb option here, but as anyone who owns one of these things knows, the thumb is basically the worst to try to get a handle on. So they didn't make that plastic part as long as the regular fingers, so it's just kind of difficult to get a grip on. So that's kind of where I'm at so far. I have been talking with some YouTubers here about trying to get some removable stones put in there, so I'm hoping that we can get that done, but that's gonna be a more difficult one. So if you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down there, and I will try to answer it. Hopefully this project will be done in a couple of weeks, but it'll basically be exactly like my other Gauntlet, except this one will be out of the Marvel Legends. So stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. But this is my first kind of teardown of it today, and I'll tell you, it's a lot more complicated in there than I thought it would be. But now looking through it, oh, you'll also notice that if you actually pull this apart, there are plenty of other electronic components that I've basically just carved down and cut out of here. That there was a lot of different things going on, a lot of original wires running through here, but I really wanted to keep just these switches. So instead I've kept the switches there, and I made sure to keep at least one original screw so that they can all just put back in there. So one over here, two in the middle, then one and one. So hopefully this will all work. Kind of excited about the project. It should be pretty cool. Stay tuned.